So, talent may run in the Shyamalan family, but I still feel like M. Night may have done his daughter Ishana a disservice by letting her have her own movie at the age of 24. I've seen her other writing directing work on Apple TV's Servant, and I mean, it's eerie to say the least, but I think that the watchers probably needed a lot more planning than she put into it. She adapts it from a novel by A.M. Stein, and maybe I shouldn't say adapts so much as she basically gives us a bunch of nice looking shots in a movie that feels like a short story elongated by explanation. It stars Dakota Fanning as Mina, a woman who seems to be running away from her past by taking odd jobs in Ireland. While making a delivery, her car breaks down in the woods, and before she knows it, a creepy older woman is beckoning her into this above ground bunker as night falls. When inside, the older woman, whose name is Madeline, played by Olwen Fior, explains that these woods are nearly impossible to escape from, and not only that, but at night there are these monstrous beings who hunt people. These monsters also like to watch their prey for some reason, and at night, one of the walls of the bunker turns into a large window for them to spy on the inhabitants inside. It's an intriguing setup that reminded me a lot of The Village. There are these rules that these people have to live by, there are these boundaries that they are not supposed to cross, and there are also these roles that each person has to survive. Just what those roles are remains kind of a mystery, as do the characters. Shyamalan allows them out during the day, and Mina becomes the adventurous sort who climbs down into tunnels and does other things she really shouldn't be doing. She's a rule breaker, and there's even a flashback that defines her as such, as well as how that bit her in the ass and made her the person that she is. But while the surrounding area remains mysterious, the characters and what they do to survive and how to stay sane, how they interact with each other, that remains underexplored, which is a shame because that interaction really could have led to a lot of tension. There are two other people in the bunker, one played by Georgina Campbell, who just lost a husband, and another dude played by Oliver Finnegan, who seems high strung, but we never discover why. Both just come off like the usual gullible characters we see die first in horror movies. And the Madeline character, after a while, presents another problem in that she seems to just know things. She seems to know things that you're thinking, well, how the hell does this character know things? And after a while, she becomes less like a character and more like sort of a tour guide for the forest. Like she's just there to be a convenient mouthpiece to info dump and move the story along. And convenient is also a word I'd use to describe the last third of this movie. There are so many holes Shyamalan tries to cover up with explanations that both make no sense, pretty much go against everything we've heard before, and seem like contrivances by the script. The last third of this movie is just completely all over the place, from the way that it just goes from a horror film to something like Lost, the way that these characters escape, the overemphasis and explanation on mythology all of a sudden, and then there's a final confrontation which seems like it belongs in a totally different film. It just proves how poorly planned all of this movie was. To be fair, this movie does look great. The forest is dark and misty. The inside of the bunker is just barren and perfect for driving anyone insane. And the monsters look outstandingly ominous as they are silhouetted against the nighttime. But the monsters also don't have much to do in this movie, and the atmosphere of the bunker and the forest, it never really brings out much in the characters either. Fanning does try as well as she can, and Fiora is also a very good addition to the cast here, she has a very creepy whisper. Unfortunately, this movie has a terrible case of telling rather than showing, and by the time the third act rolls around, we're just staring at the screen dumbfounded as to what the hell it's even trying to be. It becomes something so totally different from the horror movie we thought we were seeing in the trailer. That is why I have to go with a D plus, guys. But that is my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Let me know down below there. Also, if you could, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I do hope to see you back next time. I thank you so much. Bye bye.